Hi everyone, and welcome to this new video. I would like to call it a Focus Friday video, but it's actually shot on a Saturday and a Sunday. So this first part is being shot on a Saturday, and that was because I was out of my home for the entire Friday and well, most of the Saturday as well. So I just returned home and I thought, let's do a quick video update, since there are some new things to share with you. One of the things to share with you is that I got some new fish, or new tank inhabitants. And one of them is this blue leaf-nosed eel, or leaf-nosed moray, as you can call it as well. I'm very curious to see how this creature will behave in the tank. It has already found itself a nice cave where it's lurking. Well, let's see how the eel does. I think it's a very nice creature. I've seen it before in tanks and I always thought it was a fascinating creature. So I hope I can keep it alive, since that's one of the challenges for keeping this fish. Other than that, they are a really peaceful eel, or moray, as you can call them. And I have a different video of it, which I shot just an hour ago, where it was still swimming around the tank. I'll attach that to this video as well, so you can see it in its full glory. Since of course now it's already, the evening is setting in and it's hiding. So let's just leave it here, and I'll show it to you in the different video. So I also got a cleaner Wrasse, as you can see right here. Since I've had this fish before and it always behaved pretty nice. It's always busy cleaning other fish and swimming around in the tank. It's a pretty nervous fish, but then again, the tank is large enough, so let's see how it does. It's already started doing its job by cleaning other fish, so that's its main purpose as well, so good for that. And then a third fish that I added today is a tang. Ah, there it is. I'll quickly go to the other side. And then of course the Jecod tang also moves to the other side, so perhaps it's still a little bit camera shy. I've just been feeding the fish, by the way, so if you think, hey, what's that stuff going through the water, that's a mix of krill and mysis, while the tang is enjoying itself on the other side. So I'm going to try one more time. Perhaps it just moves again, but then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ah, there it is. So this beautiful Jecod, it's already a bit bigger than I usually buy my fish. I like to buy my fish small to medium sized, and this one is already medium to large. But then again, it was a really nice specimen. And well, again, the tank is large enough to house it, so yeah, really nice to have this grazer. Ah, yeah, the fox face is still a bit, well, unhappy, I think, with its presence in the tank. So let's see how that develops over the upcoming days. Other than that, I think it will be fine. So quite some new additions to the tank today. That's for a reason. I went to a nice fish store, or actually a coral and fish store in a town called Breda, which is well, a 200-kilometer drive, or 170 from where we live, with the intention to buy some fish. So we succeeded. We bought the Jecod, the cleaner Wrasse, and the leaf-nosed moray or eel. Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this video, which is filmed on Sunday morning, like I promised you yesterday or just now if you're watching the video. The second part of this video will not be about my tank, or will be about the tank but not filming it. The second part will be about this test stirrer that I got from a viewer of the channel, who asked if I wanted to review it, and of course that's something I'm willing to do. Just a small talk before getting into the tests themselves. If you test regularly, you are of course aware that there are various methods of testing. You can use the very accurate HANA checkers, but they're also very expensive. And a more cost-effective way of measuring your water parameters is by doing it yourself, with adding some powders and liquids and then seeing things change color. Well, the thing with these tests is that they are you need to be very precise, and that can be a hassle. So you need to use a syringe to make drops into a little cup. And then these are very precise, and you don't want to have a drop too much or too little. So you want them to be as precise as possible to calculate your water parameters, of course, the best you can. And one of the things of doing this is by using a test stirrer. So that's set up right here. It's actually a very small device. Electronically, it's not very complicated, but of course, it's always nice when someone creates something around it. How it works is there is a small magnet inside this cup, as you can see, and when you flip on the switch, it will start spinning, essentially stirring your the water inside this little vial. Because you don't have to stir it manually, you can make drops into it and watch the color change very rapidly, so you don't overdose your drops. So this will be a very precise way of measuring the color and thereby the value of your water parameters. So I'm going to do a few, and that you will see in the next few scenes. So welcome back. I've got the carbonate hardness test set up here. So I've already added 5 milliliters of aquarium water with 5 drops of the KH1 solution, which is in the bucket there, or in the suitcase. So I'm going to switch it on now. So as you can see, the magnet starts spinning. Now I'm going to take this syringe, which I've filled with 1 milliliter of KH2, and I'll add it into this vial. And as you can see, it will start changing color. I'll close in a little bit. Oh. You can already see it changing color a bit. And when it has completely changed its color to green, or yellow in this case, we've finished. So now we can take a look at how much is left in the syringe. And that's 0.5, exactly 0.5. So that means we have also added 0.5. And when you translate that in the table, it means that my carbonate hardness is 10.0 right now, which is a bit higher than I would like to, but it was 10.5 before. So it has started to decline a little bit. So that's good news. And as you can see, because you have this magnet spinning in here, the color changes instantly, as you've just seen. And I'll do another one to show you, just another test. So for the second test, we have chosen the calcium mix, and I've already pre-mixed 5 milliliters of water with 5 drops of Ca1 and a small spoon of Ca2. So now we're going to add the Ca3 and watch it change color. Now I'm aware that my calcium is probably a bit over 500. So in theory that might mean that, or it will mean that it won't change color by adding this full syringe, or it might. Oh, so it just worked. So as you can see, it's still a bit into changing color. So I'll add a little bit more, just to be sure. Because it hasn't changed fully to blue yet, so I'm going to add 3 more drops, and now you can see the color clearly changed to blue. So I depleted about 0.4 from this syringe, which is a little bit hard to focus on, but 0.4 it is. You all have to trust me. So I've used the full syringe, and then 0.4 from the other syringe. So when you translate that to the table, that means I have 500, and then since every step of 0.1 is 5, that means it's 520. So my calcium is 520, which was at 540 before, so that also means that well, the reduction is working. And yeah, that's it for this these test sets. So it's a good tool to use. So other than mixing it by hand, although I do see that it's still a little, so it might be 530, 540, since it's now it's turned a little bit pink again. So by keeping it spinning, you'll definitely have the right mix. And well, so my calcium might be around 530. So all in all, it is a nice tool to use since it keeps spinning without having to mix it yourself. And yeah, that's it. So definitely something handy to use, not essential, but definitely something to make your tests a little bit more precise and predictable. So thanks for watching. It was a little bit more of a scientific second part of the video. Again, like I told you yesterday, for the new fish, the moray eel is still in its own home, right here. So it's still a bit shy with coming out, but I did film it yesterday while it was in full glory in the tank. So while this will be the end of this video, I'll paste the video from yesterday after it. It doesn't have any audio, so well, keep watching if you're interested, and well, I'll see you next week. So bye bye for now. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.